Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, students. We have discussed some of the special welding process in the earlier class. Then we will continue the same welding, special welding process in this class also, such as explosive welding, thermite welding, laser welding, and electron beam welding. Among those, explosive welding. So, explosive welding, it is a solid state welding process where coalescence is affected by high velocity movement produced by a controlled detonation. It involves a high velocity impact between a plate propelled by an explosive charge and a stationary plate when two plates are to be explosively welded. The arrangement of explosive welding, it is shown in the figure here. There is a flare plate, parent plate, and the distance between the flare and the parent plate, which is kept on the anvil, it is called as a stand-up distance. Above the flare plate there is a buffer sheet, and above the buffer sheet there is a explosive sheet spreaded over this, and detonator, it is a leftmost corner, which is to be ignited later then, and after igniting the plate, it will be impact over the parent plate with high velocity impact. Then all we have discussed that later. Then so the while it is goes on detonating, then the behind what metal it is goes on strongly bond with the parent material. That what schematic arrangement it is shown in the figure also. So however then, so while strongly bonding with the parent material, how the metal it will be break it into a two stream, then all will be explained in the explained above then. So however then, so it is what I said about this, it is the coalescence, it is produced by high velocity controlled detonation. So it involves high velocity impact between a plate propelled by an explosive charge and a stationary plate when two plates are to be explosively welded. Then we have already seen the schematic arrangement, that is a parallel arrangement and inclined arrangement with an explosive whose detonation velocity is less than the sonic velocity. Above the flare plate there is a buffer plate, which may be of rubber or cardboard or PVC or some of material to protect the top surface of the flare plate, and the detonation of the explosive charge, it is spread over the so there is a layer of explosive above the buffer sheet, which is detonated from the lower edge. Then when the explosive is ignited, the detonation wavefront progresses across the surface of a player plate, it in player plate in forward direction and in uncomplicated manner. The explosive impulse provides high normal pressure and a small sliding pressure between the plate. Then at the point of impact, high instantaneous pressure is generated, which is large as compared to shear strength of the material. This creates craters of fresh surfaces which are brought together and added. The commonly used explosives or detonators are TNT, RDX, PETN, data sheet, tetrail, etc. etc. The two common arrangements used to produce explosive welds are as follows. One, it is a parallel arrangement or a direct stand-up distance, and second one, it is a angular arrangement or a angular stand-up distance. Under impact in parallel arrangement, the detonation velocity of explosive must be less than the sound velocity in the materials to be welded. In inclined type, then inclined type arrangement, the welding conditions are controlled by inclining the flare plate at a carefully pre-selected angle with a horizontal and adjusting the explosive charge to drive the plates together at the optimum velocity. Under the impact of flare plate collapses with high fluid pressure between 70 to 700 kg per millimeter square. The flare plate normally it divides into the two jets. One it is a main jet, another one is a salient jet. Excellent. This what under high impact it provides excellent scoring effect. Hence, it strongly bond over the flare plate. Parent plate. So all arrangements were shown, and the different parts also it is shown here. And it is detonated, then high impact pressure it is generated over the work part, nothing but a flare plate, and it strongly bonds over the parent part with high impact pressure. Then all it is shown in the figure. Then so this clearly shows the explosive layer, clad material, base material, detonation product which is kept on the flare plate or a clad metal, then explosive layer, buffer layer, everything. And thus it is a principle of operation. Then so however then all it is shown clearly in the figure. Then coming to the concept behind thus then, so under the impact of explosion, the flare plate collapses, and the point of impact between the flare and the target, a high fluid pressure between 70 to 700 kg force per centimeter square is generated. This fluid pressure is so high so high that the shear resistance of the material is negligible. This causes welding of the two workpieces. The flare plate is divided into two jets, a salient jet and a re-entrant jet. The re-entrant jet is a small mass but high velocity, so that it has an excellent scoring effect on the surface of the target. Then all it is clearly shown in the figure. Then so therefore very high impact pressure it is used for welding. Some of the advantages are it can join both similar and dissimilar materials, simple in operation and handling, large surfaces can be welded in single pass, high metal joining rate, mostly time is used in preparation of the welding. It does not affect the properties of welding material. It is a solid state welding process, so does not involve any filler material, plugs, etc. All these are the advantages. Disadvantages: it can weld only ductile metal with high toughness. It creates large noise which produces noise pollution. Welding is highly depends on process parameters. Higher safety precautions involved due to explosives. Design of joints are somewhat complicated and limited also. So related to the applications, then used to weld large structural sheets of aluminum to stainless steel. It is used to weld cylindrical components like pipe, concentric cylinder, tubes, etc. Weld clad sheet with steel in a heat exchanger. Join dissimilarities which cannot be welded by other welding process. For joining cooling fans, etc. All these are the applications of explosive welding. Then coming to the thermit welding, so it is a combination of welding and casting process in which the molten iron produced at the welding plates and allow solidifying to make a permanent strong joint. The mixture of aluminum and iron oxide is used in ratio of 1:3 by weight. This mixture chemically reacts and releases a heat. Then hence it is a exothermic reaction and releases a huge amount of heat. So normally aluminum when reacts with metal iron releases iron and aluminum oxide, and a large amount of heat it is related, that chemical reaction shown, and how it is heat it is generated. Then so this thermit welding, the arrangement of thermit welding it is shown here. Then you look at the picture, then there is a ladle, then crucible, ladle or crucible containing a molten iron, and below that there is a mold box, then and a place to be welded or arranged in a mold box, and around the joint there is a wax pattern. All these gating elements are formed with the wax pattern, and heating gate also they have formed along with the gating element. Then so through which gas flame is passed and melt the wax pattern. Later it leaves a cavity. After preheating the mold, they are pouring the molten metal into the mold and obtaining the required jet after breaking the mold. Then all these detailed stuff we'll discuss. Then you look at the what arrangements for joining rail tracks and some other applications clearly here. Then and some other arrangement for thermite welding also it is provided here. Then all elements it is clearly mentioned in the what figure. You look at this. Then coming to the thermite welding process, as I said, then thermite welding it is a similar like casting process in which molten state of metal is created by a chemical reaction. First, both the workpieces which are needed to be welded are cleaned. Now wax pattern is created around the weld cavity. A molding flask is fixed around the joint with the help of mold handle clamp. This wax pattern is situated at the middle of the flask. Now the molding sand rammed around the wax pattern to create mold in which the molten metal will pour. This mold involves a necessary parts like runner, riser, pouring basin, gating system, opening for wax pattern, etc. Same as involves in casting process. Now this mold is heated to remove wax pattern. The wax is melted and run off from the wax pattern outlet prepared at the bottom of the sand mold. Now the thermite mixture is taken into the refractory crucible. The ignite powder is placed over the mixture. This ignite is ignited by a magnesium ribbon or barium peroxide. Then this will start the thermite reaction which liberates a huge amount of heat. This reaction from molten state of iron which flows from crucible is crucible to the sand mold. This molten metal fills the weld cavity and fuses the parent material to make a permanent joint. This will allow to cool down. After proper cooling, flask is removed from the joint. After removing the flask, then machining is done to remove the welding burr and other extra material. All these arrangements, as I said, then it is clearly shown, and the explanation related to the steps involved in thermite welding all we have explained. Then you look at the arrangement and read the what steps carefully. You can be able to understand after explaining all these. Then so another arrangement of the thermite welding it is clearly shown for joining rail tracks. Then however then another arrangement with all getting all elements. So another arrangement, thermite welding arrangement with all elements of the welding system it is shown clearly here. Then by looking this figure you can able to understand what welding process. Then what are the advantages of this? Then it is simple and easy process, low setup cost, metal joining rate is high, thermite welding can be done at site where casting is impossible. This can be used where power supply is not available. Then disadvantage, it is used for limited metals like iron and copper. It is uneconomical for welding light parts. Highly depends on environmental condition like moisture content, workpiece alignment, etc. Then coming to the application, it is mostly used to weld a railroad at the site. It was used to weld a thick plate before introduced electroslag welding. They are used to repair heavy sections. It is used to weld cable connectors of copper. It is used to make structure joint in a large ships. It is used to joint pipe, thick plate, etc. where power supply is not available. All these are the applications. Then coming to the electron beam welding, this process it is exactly similar to the laser welding process only, but the production of electron beam and the laser it is different, but the welding process it is exactly similar. So however the principle of electron beam welding it is said that this process uses kinetic energy of electrons to produce heat. The heat is further used to weld two welding plates. When a high jet of electrons strike at welding plates, its kinetic energy converts into heat energy. This heat energy is sufficient to fuse two metal plates together to form a weld joint. principle of electron beam welding, it is shown here. Then coming to the electron beam welding arrangement, then so it is clearly shown here. You look at the picture. There is a cathode, anode, focusing coil, deflection coil, workpiece, then vacuum chamber surrounded. All this it is clearly shown in the figure. Then so all these are very important to understand the welding process. So as I said, then the electron beam gun, uh, the electron beam gun as a tungsten filament which is heated, freeing electrons. The electrons are accelerated from the source with high voltage potential between a cathode and anode. The stream of electron then pass through a hole in the anode. The beam is directed by a magnetic forces of focusing and deflection coil. This beam is directed out of the gun column and strike the work surface. This unit direct high velocity electron beam to the weld cavity, where its kinetic energy converts into heat energy due to collision. This heat energy is used to create weld by fusion. This whole welding process carried out in a vacuum chamber. Otherwise, the electrons collide with the air molecules in the way and loses its energy. The arrangement and steps involved, all these we have explained. You look through this, and the high velocity electrons strike the surfaces, melts and vaporize instantaneously, causing fusion and vaporization. So this schematic diagram also indicates all the parts mentioned in the unit, then electron beam welding unit. Then so high voltage cable, cathode, anode, then primary anode, electron beam, focusing coil, deflection coil, workpiece, vacuum chamber, everything. So focusing coils, it focuses, but deflection coils, it avoid the deflection of the electron beams and not to collide with the air molecules. Vacuum chamber, when it combine with the air molecules, it loses its energy. For the reason, all it is carried out in a vacuum chamber. So what are the advantages? Then it can weld both similar and dissimilar metals. It provides high metal joining rate, low operating cost because no pillar metal and a flux are used. It provides high finish welding surface. It can use to weld hard materials. Less welding defects occur due to whole process carried out in a vacuum. Then all these are the advantages. Disadvantages: high capital or setup cost, high skilled labor required, frequently maintenance is required to maintain a equipment. Workpiece size is limited according to the vacuum chamber. It cannot do at site due to vacuum. Then and the presence of vacuum can completely avoid the oxidation. Then so this oxidation causes changes in the metallurgical mechanical properties of the metal. Therefore by using vacuum, the weldment obtained, it is completely free from atmospheric oxidation. Hence strong, defect free and fine weldments can be obtained with the electron beam welding process. And then applications: because of this purity, it can be used in aerospace industries and marine industries for structure work. It is used to join titanium and its alloy. This type of welding means electron beam welding is widely used to join gears, transmission system, turbochargers, etc. in automobile industries. It is used to weld electronic connectors in electronic industries. This process is used also in nuclear reactors and in medical industries because of its purity. Then coming to the laser beam welding, then the principle of laser welding is such that it works on the principle such that when electrons of an atom gets excited by absorbing some energy, and then after some time when it return back to its ground state, it emits a photon of light. The concentration of this emitted photon increased by stimulated emission of radiation, and we get a high energy concentrated laser beam. So however then the principle of what laser beam welding process, it is shown here. Then laser head, shielding gas also they have provided, power nozzle, a laser beam coming out of the laser head, then weldment, powder also they have spreaded over the parts to be joined, then uncharged structure and heat affected zone. Because of very high temperature of 10,000 degrees centigrade can be obtained. Normally it causes heat affected zone then. However, but deep narrow sections can be welded with us, so hence it finding a wider application. All these are the what importance. Coming to the what arrangement, it consisting of laser surrounded with the xenon flash lamp, and laser it is having a fully reflective end and partially reflective end. At the partially reflected end, there is a lens then, and this laser light it is focused over the work part. All it is shown in the figure. However, xenon flash lamp surrounded over the ruby crystal, it is connected to the power supply, makes, and it can also be used a capacitor bank also for supplying continuously a power then. So we'll discuss the steps then. The setup of welding machine at the desired location means in between two metal parts to be joined, it is done initially. After setup, a high voltage power supply is applied to the laser machine. This starts the flash lamp of the machine, and it emits high light photons. The energy of the light photon is absorbed by the atoms of ruby crystal, and electrons gets excited to their higher energy level. Nothing but what, from lower energy level to the what higher energy level, and then intermediate level, and gain in very high energy, and return back to the what original level. When they return back to their ground level, means lower energy state, they emit a photon of light with high energy. This light photon again simulates the excited electron at the atom and produces two photons. This process keep continue, and we get a concentrated laser beam then. This high concentrated laser beam, it is focused to the desired location for the welding of the multiple pieces together. Lens is used to focus the laser to the area where welding is neglected. Cam is used to control the motion of the laser and the workpiece table during the welding process then. Normally CNC control table or cam arrangement, it is provided for the laser gun then. However then, this laser flashlights, when it is move spontaneously in a laser tube, because a laser it is light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, highly monochromatic light. They are identical and parallel, having a very short wavelength then, traveling in a straight line then. So therefore in a tube then, they are traveling in a straight line and parallel then, and hitting the partially reflected end then, because partially reflected end again it will be reflect back, and reflected, fully reflected and also reflected. So these reflected spontaneous flashlights, they bombard each other, hitting each other, and finally a high intensity laser beam, laser light or laser flashlights are going towards the partially reflected end. And at the end of the partially reflected end then, they have provided a small or a tiny hole then, tiny hole tiny hole through which this high intensity flashlight it is emit from the laser tube then. So as the laser beam strike the cavity between the two metal pieces, then metals to be joined, then it melts the base metal from the pieces and fuses them together. After solidification we get a strong then. However, when a strong or high intensity laser beam strike the surfaces, it melts and vaporize. Therefore fusion occurs between the two parts to be joined. So this is how laser beam welding works then. However, then it is having many more advantages. It produces high weld quality. Laser beam welding can be easily automated with robotic machinery for large volume production. No electrode is required. No tool wears because it is a non-contact process. The time taken for welding thick sections is reduced. It is capable of welding in those areas which are not easily accessible. It has a ability to weld metals with dissimilar physical properties. It can be welded through air and no vacuum is required. X-ray shielding is not required as it does not produce any X-rays. It can be focused on small areas for welding. This is because of its narrow beam of high energy. A wide variety of materials can be welded by using laser beam welding. It produces a weld of aspect ratio, means a depth to width ratio of 10:1. These are all advantages. Then coming to the disadvantages, the initial cost of equipment is high. The equipment used in laser beam welding has a high cost, then high maintenance cost due to the rapid rate of cooling. Cracks may be produced in some metals. High skilled labor is required to operate laser beam welding. The welding thickness is limited to 19 mm. The energy conversion efficiency in laser beam welding is very low. It is usually below 10%. However, then very high heat it is generate about 10,000 degrees centigrade that can be used for melting any kind of metals and alloys then, and even then up to 20 mm thickness metal can be easily welded to the laser beam welding with the deep and narrow sections, narrow weldment then application. Then the laser beam welding is dominant in the automotive industry. It is used in the area where large volume production is required. Welding high melting metals and alloys, light gauge metals in space and aircraft, and welding ferrous and non-ferrous metals and alloys like copper, nickel, vanadium, titanium, and other stainless steels and other ferrous and non-ferrous metals and alloys can be easily welded with this. So, however, the source used is the laser. Then there are different types of laser. Then they are gas lasers, solid state laser, liquid laser, semiconductors, fiber laser. All these are the different types of lasers used in laser welding machine. In the gas lasers, first one, it is of gas laser. It uses mixtures of gases as a lacing medium to produce laser. Mixtures of gases such as nitrogen, helium, and coir used as the lacing medium. Then solid state laser, it is uses several solid media such as synthetic ruby crystal. It is a chromium in aluminum oxide, neodymium in glass, neodymium glass, then and neodymium in atrium aluminum garnet, neodymium atrium aluminum garnet they call it as. It is the most commonly used solid state laser. Then liquid laser, fluid like nitrobenzene, it is used for producing a laser light. Then semiconductors, gallium arsenide is commonly used. Then fiber laser nowadays, then the lacing media in this type of laser is optical fiber itself. All these are used as a source of laser welding as a lasers then. However, when chromium atom excite from the laser, nothing but neodymium, cadmium, aluminum, garnet normally used what laser then, or a ruby then. So then chromium atom jumped from lower energy to the higher energy and to the intermediate energy and to the what ground level then. So when it jumps from intermediate energy to the what ground, it gains a lot of energy and get accelerated at very high velocity from fully reflected end to the what partially reflected end. So till completion of the what completion of the what or till gaining a complete energy, it cannot be emitted out from the tiny hole provided in the partially reflected end of the laser then. But however then they repelled back then and moving in a zigzag manner and bombard each other, gain high velocity, collide with the other what flash lamp, gain high instantaneous energy and move toward the partially reflected end. Then once it gets partially high energy, then again it emit out from the tiny hole provided in a partially reflected end and made to focus over the work part through the lens then. So this lens concentrate all these laser beams and high intensity laser beam it is directed over the work path, made to focus or strike over the work part. Suddenly it melt or spontaneously it melts and vaporize, causing a fusion of the work part. So therefore all these are the what concept of laser welding concept then. So these welding process are very important for the examination point of view. So I hope you have all understood then. You go through all these then with the highlights provided here then. Therefore you can able to write many more things in the examination. Thank you then. Thank you all.